Hey guys, before we get started, I have a little bit of an announcement. A friend of mine, TJ, reached out to me to help spread the word about a GoFundMe for a close family friend of his. They're unfortunately losing their father to lymphoma soon, and obviously cancer is something that has affected pretty much all of us in some way or form. And many of us know just how much of a struggle it can be both financially and emotionally in this kind of trying time. So I'd like to take advantage of whatever platform I may have and see if I can help out as well. Linked in the top of the description is the GoFundMe. If you have it within your means to donate and help out, that would be fantastic. But don't feel obligated to do so, especially if it's not within your means. If not, you can always spread some love to TJ and his friends in the comments down below, as well as on his Twitter account, also linked in the description down below. Thank you guys for listening, and as always, thank you for watching, and let's get started with the video. So, I don't know if anyone else has been paying attention since CS2 came out, but Inferno feels like it's just become more and more CT-sided, seemingly out of nowhere, and the pro stats back this up. If we look at the recent results from the last month or so, as you can see here, Inferno has suddenly swung to becoming the new nuke. I mean, by comparison, here is the last year of pro matches at the biggest events, and the difference is startling. They've literally flip-flopped. Inferno used to be pretty even, slightly T-sided, to now being the most CT-sided map in the competitive pool. I mean, literally, Nuke has become a neutral map by comparison. Nuke! 15-1 CT side to 15-15 T side Nuke has become a more balanced map, that's my dog, than fucking Inferno. So what the hell happened?
Ellie, I'm trying to record right now. You need to keep your head in the game, dude. I need you to focus right now, me and you. Alright? We need to talk about Inferno. This is not the time for you to want to go zoomies, okay? This is not the time for that. Come on. I need you to lock in and hold this shit down. Come on.
Alright, so straight up, what's changed is that in the transition to CS2, Valve deleted the skybox on Inferno. There are no limits to where you can throw grenades. The only limit is your imagination. And what that has opened up is a whole new possibility for CTs to put Ts into the absolute hurt locker and prevent them from taking any map control. And this was first really put on full exposure by Faze in the recent IEM Sydney tournament, which we also covered on the channel. What we saw here was absolutely catastrophic. Faze were basically saying that Ts can no longer have any map control by dual smoking the bottom of Banana and the bottom of Mid and instantly pushing for alt mid and apartments control and effectively putting Ts into a literal prison. Let's watch the CT round from Faze against Navi during the group stage match to get a better idea of what's going on here. The round's going to start, and immediately what's going to happen here is Faze is going to throw the smoke for bottom mid control. They're going to follow that up with a counter smoke to also smoke bottom Banana and effectively lock the Ts out of the map control like we just talked about. Once the smoke is out, what's going to happen here is Rob's going to push down mid with some grenade support and immediately get into the smoke to get information. With the intel from Alexi B here jumping, Kerrigan's going to push down Banana, peek over top of his smoke, and get the first pick, and already the CTs are in a huge advantage. Rob's going to push through the smoke, get one more, and this round's already over. The CTs have full control of the map. Navi cannot do anything to counter this oppressive map control, and with the support nades from Faze's teammates, Twist can get more picks. It's just absolutely GG. And what's really cool about this kind of map control is how versatile it is. One thing I want to stress throughout this video is that you don't need to do the full setup. Let's be real, not many of us are running 5-man deep, fully coordinated teams in our matchmaking games. We need to be adaptable and versatile with our utility usage to play into whatever our team and the enemy may be doing in a given match. If you just use the bottom mid smoke and play for alt mid control, that's already a hugely aggressive and potentially beneficial play for your CT side. Conversely, playing aggressive banana control is a time-honored strat on Inferno, and it's one of the best ways to hold B if you can execute it correctly. Alright, so let's break down how you use this utility yourself. Now, Faze were using a spawn-based setup for their mid control, where the player who had the correct spawn floor would instantly throw a smoke grenade for bottom mid. Now, mainly that's due to the tight timings you have to deal with in a pro environment where every second counts. We, obviously, are not pro players. Our margins are a lot less thin, which means we could take time and adapt an always usable lineup for the smoke instead. and this is the one I found. What you're looking for off of spawn is this little round curve in sort of the moss stone beneath you. It is the furthest outlier in this little chunk. It's very easy to see from multiple different angles. It's just this little bump in the green moss at your feet that you're going to want to stand on. Once you're standing on it, you're going to aim up above at the roof towards A. And what you're looking for is from this support pillar, there's this little crown molding. You're on this left little curve next to the bigger curve in that piece of wood. You're going to aim right kind of the center of it, and you're going to jump throw. Now, as you can see on the grenade cam, it flies, it hits the wall, bounces, lands right in the middle of the walkway, and perfectly covers up mid. Now, what's nice, this smoke blooms very fast. It allows you to get to that alt mid control relatively fast, where you can throw a grenade, you can Molotov, you can flash to peek alt, and you can begin your assault on the team map control. And what's nice about it is that it's designed to be a reusable, easy, and fast lineup. It's actually pretty forgiving. You don't need to exactly line up in the right spot every time. You can kind of just look to where that curve in the moss is, get there kind of close, aim up at that crowd molding area, just be very close to where my crosshair is, and jump throw. And even if it misses a little bit, let's say it takes a weirder bounce off the wall, or it bounces kind of shallower, or it doesn't go as deep, the mid is narrow enough that there's a lot of wiggle room, where even if the smoke doesn't go perfectly how I just threw it, it'll still cover up mid pretty much 9 times out of 10. Rarely will you throw the smoke so bad that it misses, as long as you are standing generally on that curve in the moss, and you're aiming generally where my crosshair is on screen. So once you get the hang of it, you can throw the smoke very fast. And this is how you can get to those fast mid picks. The players ahead of you can run, wait for the smoke to land, flash and peek. By the time you're there, the smoke has already bloomed, and now you can begin this oppressive CT control and lock off the apartments, lock off alt, prevent snipers from stairs, and pretty much force the T's to tunnel towards the B site. Conversely, there's quite a few ways to skin the cat in terms of smoking bottom banana. You have this lineup here where you get behind this second chair, aim up at the rightmost piece of wood lining up with this window, aim up to the top of the roof and jump throw. That'll land by the front of the barrels. You can go to the other chair and aim at the right inner corner of this window, look at my crosshair for reference, jump throw, and that'll land roughly in about the same spot. You can also use this lineup, which I found over by the B site, which is pretty interesting, where you'll get a much deeper smoke by aiming at this spot on the roof above the window and jump throwing. But all of these kind of come with their own drawbacks. The B side one is pretty slow. The two in spawn are useful, but I would say pretty shallow, as you give the T's a lot of opportunity to get behind the barrels into the other kind of hidey hole, and just wait for the smoke to expire and then pop out and try and deal with you. What's nice about taking aggressive B control is if you smoke it deep enough, you will lock the T's at the stairs and give them no wiggle room in terms of banana control. So overall, like I just stressed, we play the game on much wider margins of error than the pros do. We don't need perfect, spawn accurate, down to just the microsecond lineups that give us immediate smokes in the beginning of the round to deny map control, because teams are just that fast, just that quick, and just that effective. I actually think one of the best ways to play aggressive banana control is to not overcomplicate it. You have 2 players going B. They're both pushing towards the car. You're going to throw the smoke over the half wall, deep into T stairs. You're going to follow up with the grenades, Molotovs, flashbangs. You're going to hold the half wall in the car position. And boom, you've just set up aggressive banana control with no fancy lineups, no power windows, good old-fashioned, regular-ass utility throwing that anybody can do. In fact, one of the best ways to deny banana control is to not smoke right away. How many times have you guys played rounds against teams where they start off the round by just hailing all their utility down banana? Nades, Molotovs, flashes. It's like I'm in the goddamn trenches. I'm pushing Normandy, and the guys up there in the pillbox just letting the machine gun fucking go. It's absolutely terrible to deal with, and then like 20 seconds in, you could throw the smoke to bottom banana and totally shut things down. There's many ways to go about this, but the point being, there's a lot to do here in terms of playing aggressive with your CT map control, because if you can take space away from the T's, you limit their options and force them to make riskier pushes. If you take away mid control, the T's have to play around apartments, and the apartments is a lot harder to push onto the A site. If you take away banana control, you're taking away their ability to go B at all. They have to go towards A. Maybe consider smoking boiler and trying to pinch arch to B instead, or waiting until there's very little time in the round for all your utility, and then make a late push B, which is a lot tougher of a proposition than an early round mid swing and just going for the B rush. And this is why Inferno has become so CT-sided. So if you're not taking advantage of this in your games, you're leaving rounds on the table. So make sure you take use of this utility. Make sure you take that map control. Make sure you show those T's who's boss, and you will start winning more games. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more. Make sure you follow me on Twitch and TikTok and Twitter. And make sure that you guys take a look at the top of that description if you can. And take a look at that GoFundMe if you're able to. It means a lot to me. It means a lot that you guys watch the videos. And I'll see you soon with a brand new project.